Here, get the hype going. Come on, dude.
Recording in progress.
Uh-oh. I know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the weekly real estate call. How we all living?
Doing good. How are you?
I love to hear we're doing good.
Yes, sir. Doing good.
What's up, Alex?
Nothing much. In the process of moving, so just staying busy.
You're moving, on the move, making moves.
Yes, sir.
Let's see who else I see. I appreciate the cameras on. We got Tim Whitman in the house, looking fresh.
Move that screen that way.
We got Donovan, we got Jason, we got Rhonda in the house. It's good to see all y'all. And then we got, I would say the names, but I gotta see the faces first. So, we see Manny. What's going on, Manny?
I thought you were gonna call me the Godfather.
I mean, I'll call you the Godfather if that's what you want to be called.
You said you needed them, so I got you 2020, 2021 tax baby.
But yeah, I'm excited to dive into things. Let's see. Lending Tips, aka Don't Buy Real Estate, is making a social media post right now. So as soon as he's done with that, we will dive right in with what's in store here tonight.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's go. So I'm excited. So we're gonna have a conversation. I didn't tell you this, Lending Tips, but we actually got two panelists here, not just one.
Nice. Who's the other panelist?
So we got Donovan Loomis in the house. We got Jason Louise in the house.
Nice.
Two of the people doing the most out the gate that I see. Kind of different points in their journeys too. But Donovan, I'll do a quick intro for everyone.
Yeah,
and,
please.
You can take this wherever you want to. I'm sure you got questions for these guys.
Yeah. Is Donovan even ready? He's in the car. Like, we're about to get down and dirty. I don't think he's got his numbers ready, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, we're ready. Okay.
Go ahead.
But
give him my intro, Tyler.
Yeah, I'll intro these guys, and then we'll have a conversation. Maybe you can coach them up wherever you see best fit, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that don't know, so Donovan's one of the newer team members, newest. In fact, I actually was looking at this. We've only added not even a handful of people to the team in the last few months. I mean, shoot, I think he came on I think June, if I'm not mistaken. So he's
I think it was June.
Yeah, one of the last few people on the team. I don't think it's even been one per month that we've added to the actual team in that time. So far and few in between, but he's one of out of all those people that are doing the most in the time frame. I mean, I think he's kind of setting a solid pace and standard for for all the newer comers, which is really cool to see. So yeah, that's Donovan. I'm sure he'll tell you more about what he's done so far. But I mean, he's implementing. That's the biggest thing. He's like a sponge. He soaks it up, and then like he's just applying it in the right way. And it's kind of hard to find that, it seems. But Jason, on the other hand, he got started a little longer ago. I mean, this was crazy. We have a rookie of the year thing. Like, I've never seen such a heated competition for rookie of the year on the team. But like, literally, like, it came down to the last deal. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get it, but he was like literally right there. But nonetheless, he's set up. He had quite the rookie year. That's probably the best way to say what I'm trying to say. He had like a phenomenal rookie year in the business. Like, I think 6.5 million closed. But he just had his 2-year anniversary of obtaining a real estate license, and his business is blowing up right now. Like, I think what he does this year is going to make last year look like really small, honestly, based on what I'm seeing in the way of momentum. So these are the two guys you got the opportunity to talk to and kind of see how we can help them build upon the foundation they've already set here. So yeah, take it away. Tips,
awesome.
Whatever you got.
That's a good intro. That's a good intro. I'm proud of you guys. You guys have come a long way. I know both of you guys, not that well, but I know you from afar, and I've watched your journey. I guess your short journey so far. I mean, 2.5 years in the real estate's not that long, but you're getting there. You'll catch up to my 22 years. Hopefully not. Hopefully you retire. That's my goal for this call, is to get you guys to retire. But I want to take this time to kind of go through what I usually go through with agents, see where they're struggling with, see where they're at now. I need some numbers. I want to see where you guys want to go. Make this more of like a personal time for you guys. I know there's 50 other people watching and a YouTube live stream, and it's going to be recorded on there. But try to be as transparent as possible with your good, the bad, the ugly, essentially. And I'll give you guys honest feedback along the way. So let's start with both of you guys. Donovan, it's 2025, newest member on the team. Where are you right now? How many deals have you closed? It's March 1st or whatever it is, 4th. So have you closed any deals this year so far?
I've only closed one deal so far this year. I do have 2 in escrow. One, though, I'm advising my clients to back out of the escrow because of things that we found.
Okay.
So there's that, and then I have 1 signed listing that's coming live next month, and I just set in a listing. I got a referral off of Workplace, so I have a listing appointment for that referral on Saturday.
Nice.
And a couple more in the pipeline.
Cool. So you got about 6 deals working right now. Closed 1. The rest are kind of active or in process, which is really, really good. And Jason, how about you? Where are you at right now, year to date? I know it's early, but what's your pipeline looking at? How many have you closed? What are your projections?
Yeah, I got 6 closed right now. 1, 2, 3. I got 4 properties pending.
And those were all from
2,
2024, or are these all newer listings?
2 of them were under contract in 2024, closed in 2025.
Okay.
I then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 listings coming up.
12 listings coming up. And when you guys say listings coming up, what does that mean? Like you have listing agreements and they're getting cleaned up or waiting for finishes, or what does that truly mean?
Listing agreements in place. They are cleaning up the house, getting things ready for listing, waiting for the market to go up a little bit more. Most of them are expecting to list early spring. Some of them are late spring. Some of them are investment properties that are already closed or are pending and will be getting listed in a month.
Like
one of
fix
them's
and
personal
flips,
friend.
right? Cool.
Yeah, well, some of them are fix and flips. So those ones are for sure, no matter what, it's not gonna get canceled. Even if the worst happens, I will be relisting it at some point.
Yeah.
But most of those will be within a month or less.
Cool.
Similar for
And
me,
then-
just waiting
yeah,
for
Don.
the tenant to vacate.
Okay.
And the tenant's supposed to vacate yesterday.
Okay.
So that was the big thing we're waiting for, is for them to get out, clean up the place, take the photos, and then
Sweet.
list it. So.
And all you guys watching at home and in the Zoom, I want you guys to kind of put yourself in their shoes, right? If I'm asking them a question, I want you to ask yourself that question. And the reason I ask for numbers up front and projections and where they're at, is because some people don't keep track of things. I don't know why or how still, but you got to track everything. And I think both of them should do a better job of tracking everything to a T, getting me more dates. Obviously, you might have more dates on there that you didn't read off to me. But if I was like one-on-one coaching you, I want you to email this and give me actual dates, actual timelines. Donovan knew exactly what the situation with his listing was, right? Tenants are moving out. He knew it was the 3rd. But what's the timeline on that? What happens next? And we just have to get really, really deep with our timeline. So for everyone at home, get a spreadsheet.
I can walk you through the timeline.
Yeah, walk me through. I want to hear it.
So this weekend, I'm going to be hopefully getting the keys to the property, visiting the property with the seller's preferred contractor. We're going to go through it and see what is the most cost-effective way to bring it to market. Do we go the long, more expensive route of renovating up to, redoing the bathrooms, redoing the kitchens to get full market price, or do we just clean it up, put it on market as is? So working with the contractor, he's going to provide a bid, and then I'm going to be going through that bid with the seller and discussing the pros and cons of each one, depending on which choice he chooses. He's leaning more to selling it as is. Probably 3 weeks later, we'll be going live.
Nice. And then
So-
this could be a stupid question, Jason, but why are you doing that as the agent? What's the value add, or are you getting paid to do that? Is there a management fee that you're stacking on top, or why are you're investing a lot of time on this? Is it for the standard 3%, 2% commission, or what's your logic behind being a one-stop shop?
Is the question towards me or Donovan?
Sorry, Donovan. My bad, Donovan. Got me.
One-stop shop for.
Why are you meeting contractors? I mean, you're the agent, right? What's the logic?
So
behind
I need to
meeting
see
them?
the property myself. I have not had physically been able to enter the property because of the tenant, so it's
Yeah, yeah.
my first opportunity to see it. So might as well have the contractor there while I'm there, if that makes sense. So I just try to time it, right? If I'm going to see the property anyway, might as well have Tim there at the same time that I'm there.
And this is your
Saves
contractor?
time.
Yeah.
It's not my contractor, it's the seller's preferred contractor
Okay.
that he knows from the past.
It's
I am
not
charging.
Tim Whitman, right? It's not Tim Whitman. That'd be weird.
No. I do charge the full market, I guess,
Okay.
or I charge enough.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, I mean, one of the tips I give realtors is stop doing more than you have to. You have to protect your own time. So I want you guys to scale your goals and scale yourselves. And the only way you could do that is kind of replicating yourself. So if that contractor can go in solo, by all means, let them go. I mean, you haven't seen the property, so it's a good chance for you to go there, kill two birds with one stone. So I get that. But try to protect your time as much as possible. And so this thing's going to get listed in 3 weeks, regardless of which direction they go in terms of construction, right? Or it sounds like.
If they decide to invest in order to maximize, the value of the property, then that's probably a
Take
couple
6
months
weeks.
away.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. And then what are you doing now for that listing, marketing wise? You have a signed listing agreement. Have you done any marketing pieces just with the exterior, or what have you done so far to get the word out?
But not until I actually see it, because I want to see it in person. I want to know. I have no idea what condition it is after the tenant's been in it.
Yeah.
So I might be walking into a disaster, or I might be walking into something where it's just a simple clean, do some staging, have the photos done, and away we go. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything until I know exactly what condition the property is in, because I don't want to leave any money on the table for my client. So I want to see it with my own eyes,
Okay.
have a
And it's-
reference so I can have a conversation with them.
Okay, cool. And you have a signed agreement and everything, right?
Sign agreement.
Nice. Perfect.
We signed
Okay.
it in November. We've been
Nice.
waiting that long for the tenant to leave.
Wow, that's crazy.
So we didn't have to evict, but we were close to it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep everything as amicably as
Yeah.
possible. So
That's good.
it's been a long process from November until now, when I first actually have permission to enter the property.
Okay, cool. And then Jason, back to you, your timelines. I know you do a lot of investment stuff, fix and flip. So you said you had 12 or 13 potential listings. What does that look like for you? And what are you doing to market those now, if anything?
Most of the fix and flips, they're not marketed, but any of my buying clients, and I also have about 6 realtors that get a lot of buyers. They all know that I do tons of flips, and I have clients that are doing tons of flips. So all of them, whenever I get a new one, send them the address, let them know, hey, this is being flipped. If you have a client that is wanting something in this location, like one of them that we just went under contract last night at like 10:30 at night, that one is walking distance to BSU, college over here. That one is probably going to be a very good potential to get under contract before it's even on the market. That one, the buyers, if they go under contract early enough, will be able to choose the flooring, the carpet, what type of paint, color, everything that you can think of in the house, light fixtures, everything. They'll be able to choose that, and that's an incentive to those buyers to be like, hey, like you get to choose everything. It's easier for those agents to market it to them.
Yep, that's cool.
The rest of them, two of them actually, I want to market right here, right now, but the sellers will not allow it yet. They do not want me sending it out. Those are both over $1 million listings. They just don't want that being marketed yet. Let's see, I also got some relocation ones. Those ones are already set on time frames, just waiting for them to move into their new job for me to then market their property. And then, let's see, what is this one? Flip. Another one I have is being rented. They leave April, I have it on my calendar. They move out on April 4th. It's supposed to be their last day. And then right after that, we get a cleaning company in there. I go in, see if there's any repairs needed, and then we list as soon as possible, which would be like 1 week, 2 weeks out after that. Another one, I got one that is being rented illegally. The owners did not put the renter in place, and I am working with a lawyer to then get that guy taken out of the property. So that one's up in the air when that will be listed.
And that, I mean, I asked Donovan the same thing, but why are you doing that? Are you the owner, or are you just doing it to do it?
Agent is out of state, doesn't know what to do, has no idea what the process is. Her grandpa passed away, left her the property, and we found out there was a renter in there. I went in there to go take pictures. Well, actually, I went in there to go see if there's any repairs that were needed. I was just going to do the repairs myself. It's a small home, easy repairs, because I've already seen it from the outside. The inside pictures looked fine. There's maybe just a little bit of touch-up paint. The reason why I do that is it adds more value as me as an agent to them. They don't have to go do anything. They don't have to figure it out. They can just come to me and I do it. Especially with the repairs, I just do it myself. Why hire a handyman that's going to charge them $1,000 to go do something that'll take me an hour? I already have all the tools. Most likely have everything I will need paint-wise, other than the match paint. And then the lawyer thing is a little more new. That is more of, she has no idea who to reach out to. The lawyer's reaching out to her, and then going from there, I'm just getting her connected with multiple lawyers, and then she has to choose that. I'm not really doing much with that part.
Yeah, it's good. You're just kind of
answers questions.
Yeah. So same thing with Donovan. Same thing for you. It's just protect your time, right? I know it's only an hour, and you could save him $1,000, but I have a feeling that you're worth more than $1,000 an hour based on your performance. Both of you guys. You guys make lots of money on these commissions. You're charging 2 to 3%. Sure, you want to show the value, but it's also valuable to have someone else, just the resources. Hey, I have this handyman who will do it at $600. He's going to go in there. It saves you an hour, 2 hours. I mean, I go to Home Depot. That's a 40-minute trip in San Diego. Home Depot, waiting in line, getting paint matched, stuff like that. Then going back and getting it done. It just doesn't sound like it's highest and best use of your time. So when I look at a building, I go, okay, what's the highest and best use of this piece of land, this construction zone? And then we build accordingly. A lot of things built in the last 30 years are not highest and best use. If you guys look around, it's single story. It's just run down. It's just not looking like it should be. And I think a lot of realtors are the same way. They're not using their highest and best use. And I think for you, it's to get out there. It's to meet more people, shake more hands, kiss more babies, find more flips. Same thing with you, Donovan. You're really good with people and connecting with people on a deeper level. So I want you to do that, invest your time on that. So that's a challenge from me to you guys, is to do less housekeeping and more getting down deep with some of your other clients and expanding your sphere. Just doing less of the dirty work, essentially. Hire
Right.
more, or find someone a third party who could do it for you.
Well, some of the stuff I've done, like starting from my first transaction, I hired a transaction coordinator.
Yep, good.
Oh my gosh, best use of my money and time ever. That saved a huge chunk. I'm paying someone to set up a website for me, manage my Google SEO, manage my Facebook ads for me, for lead generation on that aspect of it, because I don't have the experience. I don't have the time to teach myself how to do it.
Yep.
I don't want to watch dozens of hours of videos on how to do Google SEO when I can pay someone who will do it for me. So that's one thing. Learning how to do more with less. Like, one of my buyers is in LA, so I got to drive 4 hours every time that we do, looking at homes and stuff. And so there's a lot of stuff I try to do on Zoom and stuff so that we maximize the time when I'm there. We see everything, we do everything we need to do in that short time period. And I try to, combine it with the listings that I have down there. So it's, in one trip, I'm seeing 2 listings plus a buyer doing everything I need to do.
So
So,
you're driving 4 hours for one buy, basically showings or whatnot, whatever he wants, right? 2 hours
only
each
if it's
way?
I'm combining it with my listing. No, it's 4 hours one way.
4 hours one way. Okay. Um,
So
that's a lot.
I'm trying to move my business down to
Yeah.
where I'm moving my body and my
And you're
house and my
moving in
family.
a couple months, right? Or sooner
End
than
of
later?
summer.
End of
End of
summer.
summer.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's a tough one. Just driving 4 hours one way is tough, but if you're combining it with different things, I'm sure you're managing time. Leverage people. I mean, there's a bunch of EXP agents on the team who would love to help you out with showings for a flat fee. I mean, I've sent people to Temecula, which is 45 minutes from here, for $100, and they showed 3 houses, and they loved it because they got the reps and they got $100. They got their gas paid for, and they just felt more engaged. So I know it's a little different.
Normally, I probably would. However, I don't want to, if it's going on YouTube, I don't want to say why, but there's
it's
a
on
reason
YouTube.
why
Yeah.
I'm investing a lot of time in these particular clients.
Yeah, it's probably, hopefully you're marrying one of them. No?
No,
Too
no.
far. Okay. Yeah. So just like the point is, protect your time. I know you're working on that. By the end of summer, I would hope to see your schedule opened up a little bit. I have a feeling you're going to say the exact opposite to me, right? It's going to be September, and you're going to say, "Yeah, I'm struggling because I'm driving 4 hours back because I had an old client there and he wanted to help me out." So you got to break
Well, now
the
that
curse.
you mention it,
Yeah,
I do. So this kind of goes along with what like Tyler's been doing. Like he did a training once on like how to connect with your sphere of influence, or when you're like out and about. And one of the new prospects that I'm working with is a Korean that I met in my local area by speaking Korean to them. We're out having clam chowder with my wife, and like they're speaking Korean with their family. Like, oh my God, I can't miss the chance. I miss Korean. I gotta speak it. Talk to them, and then they call me 6 months later saying they want to sell their house and they want to buy another house, but they're just downsizing in my hometown. So yes,
It's
I may
gonna
be
happen.
moving down to
Yeah.
Orange County, but if I drive back up, I get to stay with my family. I get to spend time with my family, see them, help this family, downsize and sell their property. I even found a buyer for them already. So they just need to
I'll
pull the
challenge
trigger.
you to just find partners. I mean, I don't want you driving 8 hours for one showing essentially, or multiple showings. But yeah, if you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, sure. But I think you're just justifying it. And it's going to be a vicious cycle, and I just want you to break it eventually. It doesn't have to be now. Just learn to break
Right.
it. You're still young and energetic, but eventually the enthusiasm will slow down, and I don't want you dependent on 8-hour trips just to survive. So we'll work on partners, referral partners, people you trust.
No, I'm looking at it as like right now. It's only for this first year.
Yeah.
Is my only limitation. It's like I just got to get my wife down to Orange County as soon as possible, and then I don't have to do that anymore.
There you go. I like it. I like it. And then, so we got what's our goals? Let's go back to Jason real quick. Your goal, Jason, for this year is how many closed deals? Are you looking at deals, deal flow, volume, dollar amount? What are you looking at specifically? What's your target?
Volume, we're looking at trying to get to 25 million. Other things trying to set up is a non-traditional team setting up every home investor in the United States with their personal realtor, someone that's going to be doing what I do for my home investors. It's the Home Freshers franchise. So there's a little over 1,000 franchises in the United States.
Okay.
Other thing I'm also wanting to do and planning on getting set up to start here in the next month is getting into developing land. So partnering with my business partner that I already do flips with, his dad's the hard money lender. His dad used to develop land. Going in 33% split with all of us, and his dad's going to teach us the ropes. And then after we're done developing the land, there's a stipulation you can put in the contract to the new builders that come into the new neighborhood that you're building, and that they would be forced to use whoever you say as the realtor. So the plan is to develop the land, get paid again when we go to relist the properties. While we're listing those properties, or second we're done developing the first part of land, is going out and buying the second parcel of land to then develop. And if
But this
needed
sounds
to
like
buy-
it's 2 years from now. I mean, this isn't going to be 2025 fiscal year. So
no,
your target
that'll
is,
probably be started like first house listed a year and a half, 2 years from now.
yeah. So for 2025, your goals are $25 million of real estate sold. And that's a combination of listings, buyers, flips, or listing buyers, or what's your combo there?
Regular listings and buyers. Probably 70% of it though is from flips,
Okay.
from flippers.
Flippers, not necessarily your flips.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, we probably only plan on doing like 5 or 6 this year of our own personal flips.
Okay.
But like I've already got, I think, 5 this year from my personal investors, and I'll be relisting all of those, and we're looking at another one right after this meeting. So
That's good. And so you nurture these leads, you nurture these relationships, I should say, and they're already kind of in the bag, right? You think you're going to hit 25 million fairly easily?
I think I'll hit 18 million fairly easily. I already got 6 million, over 6 million set in closings by end of April.
Okay.
So
So how do we bridge that gap? Where do you think is the shortfall for that 7 million? Why do you?
What do you mean?
You said your goal was 25 million, but you said you'll only hit what, 16?
18.
18? Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's what I'm projecting with everything that I have currently.
So we're short 6 million from your actual goal of 25 million.
Yep.
And where's the opportunity zone there? Where do you think we can
To get to that 25,
Yeah.
finding more off-market properties, looking at the MLS more to find properties that are flippable, because it's an instant sell and an instant purchase for my buyers, and then I get to resell it in a month.
Yeah.
So it's throws the numbers pretty quickly. Like I have 4 closing on the 31st from these flippers. Well, buy and sell side. Found the sellers, and they're the buyers. But it's
Nice.
fully off market, so none of it's going on to EXP. I'm getting paid a finder's fee on both of those. So instead of it going through the brokerage.
Until now, they're probably going to find you. No. Just joking. I think my challenge for you is to find these people who own portfolios. You could look that up. Anyone who owns 2 or more homes, public records in your area, cold call them, figure out how you could serve them if they have rentals or whatever, or team up with a property manager. Some of these property managers have direct access. One of my best lead sources is a property manager here in San Diego. Anytime there's turnover, he calls me first. I walk it, or someone walks it, and we're making an offer, or we're figuring out a way to get these guys sold as a listing or a wholesale. So that's my challenge to you. I think that'll bridge the gap between where your projections are and where your goal is going to need to be. So property managers, and then look it up yourself. 2 or more properties in your area, cold call them, just make yourself available for them.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I think
good.
you'll hit it. You'll get close. Check in. We'll do a check in probably June. See where you're at, and if we have to press some buttons, we might have to spend some money on some leads or whatever, just to make sure you get there. I don't think it's far fetched, so I think you'll be okay. And then Donovan, let's go back to you. What kind of goals do you have for 2025? Dollar amount, volume,
Right.
transactional. What do you want to do?
In some sense, I'm kind of looking at my first year in real estate, so from June to June, and I'm also looking at 2025. So my goal for my first year of real estate was to kind of just understand, in a broad sense, all the aspects. So how to list a house, how to do an open house, how to do all these different things. You know, I'm still figuring it out, still learning that aspect of it. In my first year, so from June to June, I'd like to sell 10 million.
And where are we at now?
Once this listing closes in 2 weeks, that'll be 2.25.
2.25, and then
No,
the
sorry.
pipeline you have.
Sorry, 2.15. 2.15.
Okay, and then the
And
pipeline.
then I've got 780 is listed, and then in the pipeline 1.2. Another 800 is in the pipeline. A 600 is in the pipeline, and a 900 is in the pipeline as well. But that's actually I have a contract for that one.
Okay, so you're close. You're close to your target.
I'm getting pretty close. So my goal for 2025, all combined, is very similar to Jason. I want that 25 million. Is what I'm aiming for. But right now I'm just focused on, for me psychologically, it's good to finish this year, this June to June. I want to get my 10 million.
Yep.
And hit that goal, take that, a big chunk of that, invest it into marketing, so I can get some lead generation, because I want to try that. So, I mean, in some sense, by June, I'm almost halfway to the 25 mark, right? I'm not halfway, but close. I'm in the right direction. So, can I do that 15 million in the last 6 months of the year? I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about what I have going on, what I have under contract. This transaction is going to be number 3 for me, so I'll be out of the mentor program, which will be nice.
Nice.
Number 4 transaction, hopefully will close in 40 days. Once that goes away, then I'm capped. And then the number 5 and 6 that I have in my pipeline right now, one, hopefully signing a listing agreement on Saturday, and then hopefully one in the next month. Those would be like solid wins, basically. So trying to just learn the business as best as I can, execute whenever, like on the open house. I did the open house the first day. Tyler spent 30 minutes walking me through things I could do differently, executed the next time. So a lot of it's growing, learning the business.
And wait, you got to tell them like how your open house went.
I had 220 people plus, more than 220 people show up for my open house.
Did you have strippers or something? Food? Like, how did you get 220 people there? That's crazy.
Joe, he wants to know if I had strippers at the
Oh,
open
your
house
wife
too.
is there? No, come on, don't snitch, bro. Why you snitching? He made that up, wife. Run the tape. I didn't even say that. Jeez.
So part of it was before, when I finally got access, again, it was waiting for the renters to exit the property, got to see the property. The seller had made some very good structural changes before, so replaced the roof, replaced the kitchen appliances, new flooring, new carpet, newer windows, a decade ago, fixed the pool. So a lot of big ticket items that normally would scare buyers were fixed. We did a little beautification on the outside. I got deathly sick the week before, so a lot of my advertisement went out the window. But we used the attraction strategy, below market value. So that brought a lot of people. So we had 220 plus at the open house. We had 12 private. Down 16 people who called me wanting to make an offer, and I said, hey, we're already at this price point. Can you meet that? And like, no. So we had a ton of attention on it. We are in contract for over 120,000 over market value.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Um,
And you
So,
didn't
yeah,
leverage any more? Did you get any leads out of that? I'm guessing 220 people, you converted 3%, so you got 6 people out of that?
just barely
Surviving?
functioning. Like I ended up in the ER right before the open house.
So you
and-
knew you went to the ER like right in case, like right before, because you knew it was going to be crazy. You got the IV, but you still got no leads, is what you're telling me.
I got 5 leads out of it, and then I referred out 3 leads.
30 leads.
But I honestly was not interested in getting leads because I was just barely able to make it through the open house physically. And I just got to get this sold. I got to sell it. I got to sell it. I got to sell it. So I did get some leads.
I know what you're thinking, LT. You're like, damn, I got to get this guy to do my next open house on my next flip.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I know I've been seeing how long you've been on the market.
well, to be honest with you, if you price anything low enough, you could get anyone there. The risk with pricing it low is that, especially in San Diego, sometimes people aren't going to be having a bidding war. I've experienced that myself where we priced it as like a teaser price. We get the 50 people into the open houses, you only get 2 offers, and then they have no desire to bid the price up, and then you're back to square one and you're kind of stuck with the price. So there's pros and cons, just depends on the market. I like the strategy, so I think if it works, sick or not, you have to capitalize on the lead flow. I feel for you, right? You were sick. I was sick. I mean, I lost my hearing in my left ear. I still can barely hear. Like, I get it, but when you're there, you're there. Like, I have to produce when I'm there. So I don't want you to miss future opportunities like that. That's huge. That's 200 people. That's crazy, which is really, really good. You got 6 leads out of it, and I think that will help you get to your goal. The referrals, I don't understand the referral part. Why did you refer the deals out?
So I don't do both sides of the transaction, and they were 3 buyers who wanted to submit an offer, but they wanted me to represent them. So I referred them out.
Oh, okay. And you referred them out for this transaction only, or forever, basically?
I mean, not just for this transaction. It was, for them to be buying within a year, right? Because if they don't get this house, they're going to be searching for other ones. So, and I've already promised my sellers I don't do the whole dual listing thing. I don't think you can ethically and honestly say that you can do your full fiduciary duty to both sides of the party when you're trying to get the best possible price and best possible terms for your seller and the best possible price and best possible terms for your buyer. I just don't see it happening. So that's my own personal choice. And I'm okay. I'm honestly okay referring the buyers out because, again, because I don't live there, I don't really want to be working with buyers in that area.
Yeah.
Unless my personality really matches with them. So the 4 leads that I have are ones that I talked to them personally. I met them personally. There was a good connection, a good relationship, a good rapport built. These are people that I would enjoy working with.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, they're going to be a pain in the ass. I'd rather it be someone else's pain in the ass and collect referrals beyond it.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean,
So,
it's your game plan. You know your life better. I would find a better way to keep them your client. You don't have to necessarily just refer them out right away. I know you don't have the bandwidth yet to maybe hire another teammate or have a buyer's agent, but maybe you could build a relationship with someone for deal specifics. Like, hey, if this deal doesn't work out, these guys are back to my database type thing.
right.
30's a lot. I mean, they can't all be assholes. Not all 30 of them if you're going to make a $25,000 commission. So I would just reevaluate that approach. But I understand your point. I'm not going to disagree with you, but just reevaluate how you refer people out. Make sure it's transactional. If they want to work with you, then figure out a way to do it ethically in your eyes and get it done. That's like $600,000 of commissions you just handed out. 20 times 30.
No, I only referred 3 people.
Oh, I thought you said 30.
Oh my gosh, 30
Yeah,
people.
I was about to be pissed, bro.
No,
I was
no,
gonna
3
fly up
people.
there and just do it myself. Yeah,
Josh is like, why didn't you tell me?
I'm sure
No.
anyone licensed here, just for 3 deals, I'll live there for.
I called someone on the team, and
I'm licensed in California.
I called
Call
two
me
people
right
on
now.
the team. I called 2 people on the team for a 1.1 million referral.
Damn.
One of them picked up, and let's just say it sounded really weird, so I hung up. It was freaky. The other person was not awake.
Well, don't call it 4 a.m.
No, it was at 9:30
a.m.
and
or
so
PM?
I passed it on to someone else.
Listen, I'm licensed in California, so maybe you and I can work out a better deal for your. I'll write the offer in my sleep.
Man, I called herd people. No one showed up.
Tyler,
so-
Tyler, what's up with your herd? I mean, that's almost embarrassing. We can't even get a herd member to herd an offer. Like,
I'm not sure what the deal is with Los Angeles. There's something about I don't know.
oh, you're
If
blaming
I
the
could
city
pick-
now. Be careful, we're on YouTube. You can't just blame an
Yeah.
entire city at their personality.
Yeah,
it's just people
yeah.
gotta want it, right? It sounds like we gotta have a coaching call.
I really wanted that last referral. That 1.1 was like, man, I really wanted to work with this couple. They need to buy a home in less than 3 months. They're getting married in month 4. They have the money in the funds. Like, oh, I really want to work with you guys, but I can't double end it. I've already promised myself.
Tyler, we got to get a better system for this. Donovan, next time call me. I'll do all your ads for free next time.
I mean, that's really I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Honestly, that's really kind of weird to me.
Yeah, because I had to pass 3 referrals to people I didn't know.
That's horrible.
Everybody in LA here wants referrals, so
Didn't want it bad enough. I posted it on EXP. No one showed up.
that's crazy.
No one showed up.
You guys are nuts.
So
If someone said, "Hey, Josh, write this offer for me. You're gonna make $23,000." All you got to do is have a normal conversation. I would not Larry David that. You know, when they say Larry David, curb your enthusiasm, just act normal, act cordial, and he can't do it. Like, I would do whatever it takes to write that contract, be normal for 22 minutes, delete all my YouTube videos so they don't have any, like, I would do everything I could just to write that offer. I know the listing agent. I would threaten you to accept my offer and get it done. And then done deal. And I would get the loan. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Anyways, this isn't about me. This is about you guys.
well, Josh, I might call you next time because no one else is answering.
My
so-
phone number is public, dude. I sleep 3 hours, 4 hours a night. You know how to reach me.
But it's okay. I'll send you a potential wholesale opportunity in Santa Barbara.
I want them all, dude. Don't just send me one deal. I want them all, okay? If no one else is going to eat, I'm going to eat, baby. I have the bandwidth to do it. But just back to the point, just reevaluate it. I mean, there's options out there. I mean, it just sounds like you had a bad experience with 2 people. Don't let that stop you. I mean, there's better ways to do it, better ways to leverage the clientele, the data, more importantly, because that buyer is going to turn into a seller in the future that might refi 3 times, and you want all that information, who might have 3 other referrals. So I know it was only 3 deals, but in my eyes, it's 12. So just make sure you find a better system. If it needs to be me, I don't want it to be me, but it's going to have to be, just so you can keep everything kind of in house. But so that's your goals. We got them on tape. We got them recorded. Now let's talk about your challenges. We'll go back to Jason real quick. Jason, we have about 15 minutes. Take 7 and talk to us about your challenges. Donovan, you'll have 7 minutes too, and then we'll kind of open it up for the crew to drill you guys.
So I have kind of 2 main challenges that I'm dealing with. One of them is time management, with figuring out how to get enough time to work with buyers. I have been getting to the point to where I have been referring out buyers that if they're like 2 hours away where they're looking, I've been just referring them out, getting a 50-50 split with the agent over there. And I don't have to do any the work, which is great. The other ones that are here, I have an agent that is just showing houses for me. So I think I've kind of figured it out, but I'm not sure if there's a better way to do it. The agent that does it for me here, if it's only like 1 or 2 showings, I just pay him $500. If it's, he's having to show 10, 15 houses, then he's getting 25%.
Okay. And I think you said you don't have time. I think because you're painting and you're going to Home Depot, so we got to stop that.
It's not all the time. It's sometimes.
I want to see your pro account. Send me your pro account. I want to see.
You're going to see a bunch of stuff in my own personal flips.
Okay. Well, we got to change that. Even that. I haven't been to Home Depot in a while.
With our flips, the next one we are fully hiring out with contractors. We're not doing the work anymore ourselves, starting with the next one. So from here on out, we're using contractors only to do the full flip. So that'll give me a lot more time also.
Good.
But less profit, but that's also fine because it's faster.
Yeah.
So that'll help a little bit too. That's one that I think will give me a lot more time. So I think they're kind of problems that I've already somewhat figured out. I'm not sure if the referring part is the best idea for the inside the area. There might be other things that I haven't realized yet that I can source out and make more time for me to go do showings.
Yep.
The second thing I struggle with is, I'm doing a good job with it, but finding more flips off market. Because most off market flips I find are from wholesalers. Or from people that I know that buy the property, then sell it after the wholesale, or sell it after they purchase it. If I can find more of those, that would just change the business so much more by finding those people before the wholesalers do.
Yeah. So time management we'll work on. We'll slowly kind of phase you out of certain things that you shouldn't be doing. I'll probably have to dive in deeper with you to see what your daily schedule is. I don't want to just be quick to judge your Home Depot trips, but we'll just see what your day-to-day looks like, right? If we can save 30 minutes here, I just realized you're not driving for the first time. So, I mean...
Oh, I'm driving now. I got my license back. But I do have 250 hours community service to do, and tomorrow's my last day of SILD. So
nice.
that's fully done. That's going to give me a lot more time too. So before I had plenty of time, but now I hit a pocket where I got super busy. Then all this court stuff happened and took all my time.
Okay, yeah. And now you're going to get back to square one. So we'll work on time management. I think that's an easy one to fix. I think for the deal flow, for the off-market stuff, I have to get you my ad guy. So we're producing leads. I don't get paid or affiliate fee or anything. I probably could, but we're getting leads at probably like $39 a lead. They're in random states right now, so their cost is a little lower. San Diego's just kind of weird, but they're super simple scripts. I record them. You can record them. You probably are better suited to record them. You're just like a scruffy white guy from wherever you're at, and people will trust you a little bit more. But I'll give you that script. I'll give you the ad guy, and then $39 a lead is, you could afford that. You could spend $600-700 a month and get.
If you can show me a way that shows the $30 a lead or whatever, I can probably get my home investors to pay for it, and I don't have to come up with any of the money.
Well, I'll just show you the statement. I mean, it's $39 a lead right now, so I pay $1,000 for management. I pay him $1,000 for every closed deal. So that's his juice. He's like, hey, pay me $1,000 minimum. I want a commission on each deal, because he sees the vision or whatever. So he gets paid on that, and then the spend to Meta is super inexpensive, to be honest with you. But a lead costs us $39. We're going to get that down to $30. Every closed deal should cost us $400 on lead spend on average, maybe $350, and then whatever his bonus is. So I can teach you how to do that. That's super easy for me to introduce you to. So we'll accomplish both goals for you this year.
Yeah, let's set up the day and time.
Yeah.
I'm
awesome.
set.
Where did Donovan go? Is he still there? I don't see him.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I don't see your screen. Challenges for you. Go ahead. What do you got?
I mean, for me, I'm still learning the business, right? I'm still learning the ropes, still learning how to do things. So it's an enjoyable challenge of just trying to understand all the various aspects of the business, the various processes. Now that I've kind of gone through, the buy side, the sell side, I think the challenge that I'm setting for myself through 2025 is how can I develop processes and habits that saves me time and saves me energy, because for a lot of these things, today for my seller, I spent 2 hours and 45 minutes walking through the seller disclosures, and there were some technical issues.
Yeah, you're nuts.
And
I don't even spend 2 hours and 45 minutes with my family.
okay, this client had gave me 3 listings, so he gets a lot. But again, it's my first time.
My wife has given me 2 beautiful kids. I'm still not spending 2 hours and 45 minutes with them. Like, there's got to be a hard stop where it's.
And that's the thing, like trying to figure. Now that I've done it, now that I've gone through that process with the seller, now I'm thinking, okay, how can I expedite that? What can I do that shows the seller that I care, but allows them to do it themselves? Because they really should be able to do it themselves.
Have you?
So how do I do that?
Have you like shot videos or like preemptive videos like how to do things for your clients? Maybe that's a series that we have to do with you where. You could go through the initial disclosures in 3 minutes on a video. You could send it via email. Hey, this is what to expect. Watch this video. You disclose everything in the video. They're always the same questions, same topics on the disclosures. You send that out, and if they have any questions, they do call you. Maybe you save yourself 30 minutes, so it's a 2-hour conversation. But just recording that once could save you multiple times, and we could do a whole series. Here's what to expect in the loan process. Hey, here's what disclosures look like. Here's your inspection. This is what an inspection will look like, because that could suck up another hour.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, so
I've started doing that on the pre-listing appointment side. So, for example, before I meet the seller on Saturday, I've sent them a pricing strategy guideline. The 3 different kinds of strategies, pros and cons, but the one that I'm going to suggest using. I've sent them some other, I've gone through and made the effort to write down things that I come across in my listing appointments. That's a pain in the ass to discuss because it just wastes time. I've sent that to them in advance, so when they read it, and then when we meet, I only have to briefly address it, and I can point to exactly this point and this point. Plus, I've sent them a 77-point marketing plan that walks them through our first meeting, the listing appointment, all the way to close of escrow.
Nice.
So they know. So I'm working on making that into a video as well. So I have basically 7 blogs that are 2 to 3 pages each, in-depth guides for all the different things that a seller should know. And then I have the same thing for a buyer. So they're going to be in blog form, and then I'm going to turn it into long form, and then short form, and then a short form that breaks it then down into smaller pieces as well.
Nice.
So that I can send this package to my seller.
Yep.
They watch the videos, or they choose to read this information, so they're already educated, they're already trusting me, they're already believing in me. So when I hit the listing appointment, I'm not spinning my wheels. So
that's good. That's good.
On the front end, I've got that plan, but hearing your idea of doing that on the back end, like, okay, seller, now that you've reached the stage of filling out documents, you're going to be receiving this document, this document, this document. Here's how to fill this out. Here's how to answer these questions.
Quick, digestible, TikTok style, 60 seconds. What's a seller questionnaire? Right. What's a TDS? Really quick, doesn't have to be fancy. Just you on a Loom, what's it called, Loom or whatever, showing them what it looks like, and then getting them recorded. So I think that'll help you with better understanding of what everything is too, right? You're going to learn the business, and then then next save you some time. And your client's time. I think they're going to really enjoy it because they can reference it again and again. They don't have to call you again. They don't have to think about it over and over.
Yes.
And you can post this stuff on YouTube in a private channel. And if for whatever reason a client asks, you could just text it to them. Hey, here's a quick video. I can jump on the call in 30 minutes. I'm with a client, even though you're not, and it'll help address all the questions. And so when you do call them, it's not 2 hours and 35 minutes. So we'll work on that too. We'll try to figure out a system there. What else are you challenged with?
I mean,
besides driving 4 hours for a showing, I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I just look at it as like, well, these are the normal challenges that a new agent who is new to the field is facing. I don't think I'm experiencing anything, that no one else has experienced.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing early on, these different things of, man, what could I send to these people so that I don't have to waste my time explaining it?
Yeah.
They can read it. Like, for my client who speaks Korean, I sent all the documents translated into Korean, made sure that, they were legible before sending them. So she appreciated that. I'm the only Korean speaking agent within 4 hours of her.
That's crazy.
So, just again, I had that ready though. And I'm going to be translating it into Korean as well and doing the exact same videos in Korean, posting it on Naver, which is Korea's version of Google. So again, like I'm trying to repurpose.
Do I want to know why you know like Korean? Like, is anyone wondering why you know? Like, are you married to a Korean or are you Korean?
Yes.
You don't look Korean. Oh, okay.
No, I lived 13 years in South Korea.
Oh, did you? See, that's something we didn't know. What were you doing there for so long?
I did a lot of things in South Korea.
Oh, you were a spy.
I had my own
Okay.
business,
Oh, it's okay.
got my master's.
Damn. That's
Did a
impressive.
lot. So, but now that I'm here, I want to use that language proficiency to have that niche of working with people who speak Korean language. And, I've had that opportunity. Like, I had someone in EXP reach out to me because he saw I spoke Korean
That's good.
on my profile. And he's like, hey, my photographer needs a Korean speaker. So I got to speak with them. And there's some family dynamics going on, but the parents who spoke Korean were very like, man, this is awesome. There's this
awesome.
non-Korean person who can speak Korean to me and explain everything in a way that I understand.
Yeah.
And I want you to hire this guy when we decide to
Sell or do anything, right? Yeah.
to do anything. So, my wife's friends came and visited us from South Korea in Santa Barbara, and they're like, hey, one of our friends is moving into Irvine,
Nice.
and they want a house in Irvine, and they want their kid to go to an English-speaking 유치원 아니면 어린이집? 유치원 가고 싶어?
Yeah, he's flexing now. He's just showing off, dude.
I'm flexing.
We can still hear you.
Basically
okay?
preschool
It's not
or
like you.
or a kindergarten.
We get it, bro. All right. You speak
And-
Korean.
Well, this is if someone comes across the video.
I thought
and speaks
like
Korean.
you started going and fast forward or something, like rewind. I was like, what just happened? But you were speaking.
But
Korean.
it's cool. Like now that they spoke with we spoke the whole day in Korean. Like, what? I did not think your husband's Korean was at that level. Now I can talk to my friend about it, right? I can pass that recommendation along.
Yeah.
So I'm trying. I think that's my number one challenge is to synthesize everything that I'm learning as a new agent.
Yep.
Put it into written form, video form, both short and long, in bilanguage, so an English version as well as a Korean version, a Korean-facing website, a American-facing website, and then having someone who's managing the ads for me so that I can focus on what I do best, which is the relationship building.
Yep. Exactly.
So that's my goal/challenge in order to reach that 25 million for this year.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. And I think for both of you, Jason, Donovan, you guys are still young. You guys are you still got a lot of runway ahead of you guys. I think for you, Donovan, I hear a lot of your words, right? I'm a newer agent. you almost place that seed of doubt in your own brain, which I know you're probably not doing intentionally, but you're already here. You're already closing deals. You're way ahead of a brand new agent. You have the book of business. You have a game plan. So I want you to stop. It might sound harsh, but stop being so hypocritical of yourself or down on yourself or not showing so much confidence. You're here. You're doing it. You're already. You're going to make 10. You're going to hit 10 million by June. You're going to hit 25 million technically in your first 18 months of real estate, which is unheard of. So push a little bit more, right? Get out of your own way and start really leveraging your time better and getting to the goals, right? You're a pro, man. You're there. I'm not just saying that because I know you. Like based on how I hear you speak, 200 people at an open house. You're doing the right things. You're maneuvering through the market. You're ethical. You know what it takes to be number one, and I think you'll get there. You just have to. It's all here now. It's all mindset where you have a crutch. Let's throw the crutch away. You're not a new agent anymore. You're going to go out there and kill it. And then same thing for you, Jason, but opposite, right? You're in your third year now. It seems like time is the only real struggle you have. And so I would say stop with the excuses and do more. Do whatever it takes. If you're sleeping 8 hours, sleep 7. If you're wasting time doing something, cancel it out. Just do more. I think you have the skill set, and it sounds like you are doing more. And time management might not be a real issue. I know you might have said it, but it's a time issue for everyone. But do as much as you can, kind of press the limits. So the next conversation we have in 4 months, I want to hear better results or the results and see where we're at. And feel free to reach out to me whenever you guys want to kind of touch base, especially Donovan if he has referrals he's just handing out. But we're at 5:03. We have a little bit of time left. I want you guys to drill them. So I know we got Nick Bowen who's going to drill you. I see Bo. I see Tim's going to just laugh at you. But if you guys have any questions for these guys as a collective, now's your kind of chance. So if you guys want to raise your hand or blurt something out, we have like 5 minutes left before my camera guy's on overtime.
All right, questions. That goes for YouTube. I'll watch the chat. Anyone on Zoom, raise your hand and ask a question to these guys.
These guys never ask questions, so you guys are going to escape without any questions. So we just have to naturally ask every single week. We got to get these guys a little less shy.
I
Tyler,
can definitely ask more questions.
Yeah, right. Who else we got?
I saw one from Steven. What do you do if the low price strategy backfires? How would you go about mitigating that? So,
There you go.
in this situation, I had 30 low priced offers basically, and it was a matter of like, well, we're already past that point. Do you want to compete with that? If on the first day that we listed, I had someone come in and offer $850,000. Very much below it. So I reached out to them and said, thanks for the offer, but we're going to be operating we're just going to be waiting until the offers come in after the open house, and until then, you may want to consider improving your offer until then. So I just left it as that and didn't really talk to them. They weren't a serious contender anyway. So, and that's how I addressed it, to answer Steven's question.
Random conversation. There's one that got listed yesterday. I submitted a full price offer for my client, and the agent was like, "Oh, that's not going to do it." I'm like, "What? Like, what do you want from me?" Like, he didn't give me a counter offer. He just said that's not going to do it. And I said, "Why'd you list it at that price?" Like, well, we're doing the strategy, so on and so on. We'll review all offers on Monday, but you got to be way above that. And I go, well, one, you didn't even present it to your seller. Like, you should present it and get a response to me, because I'm not waiting until Monday. Like, that's 7 days basically, where you have to tell your client, hey, your contract's only good for 3, but we got to wait a full 7 until they respond. Like, it's just one of those tricky things. Like, if you list it low, and I think agents don't know what to do in that position. So I like your approach at it, which is good. Let's see if there's any questions on YouTube, on the Dizzle.
Joy has a question for Donovan. How did you get the deals you have now as a new agent?
By following the blueprint, baby. Follow that blueprint. So the 3 listings that I got came from a workplace referral.
And workplace is EXP, right?
Yeah, EXP Workplace. But before that, I paid for some coaching from Haas Pratt, and I used that basically to get the listing from the referring agent. People were offering the referring agent 45% if they would pick them, and she picked me at 25%. So I just said, here's what I do for my clients. I practiced what I got the coaching on, and part of that was that 77-point marketing plan, the personal guarantees that I give to listing agents. From that, I got the referral. The seller liked me so much that he's like, by the way, I've got 2 other properties in California that I need sold. Are you interested in selling them? And I was like, say less. Yes, I am. And this recent listing appointment and referral that I got in Los Angeles, the person said they only wanted an Icon agent to apply, and they only wanted workplace messages, no phone calls. So I was like, well, I'm not an Icon agent. I can't do that. I waited one day, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call and find out. So I called him, and he's like, you know what? No one called me. That was the first test. If no one could be bothered to call me, they weren't worth working for at all. So you're the first one to call me. You passed the test. Tell me why I should hire you. I was like, well, from your description, you put in bold, you want that house sold. Let me tell you how I just got my client into contract with 220 plus, people visiting the open house, and 28 offers on the table, and 3 offers $120,000 over market value. And then he's like, I'm sold. Here's their phone number. Here's the information that I know about them. Go talk to them. 5 minutes later, I called them. I set up the listing appointment. So I invested a lot early on to get the know-how and this access to information. And from that, now when I talk to that person, I didn't say I was a new agent. I didn't tell them I've only been in the business for 10 months. I just used, this proof of concept, if you will, to get that. So Joy, I hope that answers your question.
That's dope.
And yeah, Joy, you have access to the blueprint. You're a part of the herd. So ask me about that if you need to. I know obviously Tree and Lily can help you out too. And shout out to Tree and Lily. They're putting all their people on game and making sure they're on the call here. So appreciate all y'all being here. Y'all are running with a phenomenal up and coming power couple out there, and I'm just stoked about that.
How did my referral go out there? I didn't even follow up. I was just so confident in them that I didn't even follow up. I'm throwing referrals out in Texas. You don't have to answer that right now. It's okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, we put it on the spot.
Yeah.
No, it's going great, LT.
There we go.
It's going great.
There we go.
I talked to your sister and her husband. I mean, they are in the process. They're waiting for the confirmation of the job approval. Once that's finished, we're going to start the listing consultation.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I told them that they better use you. Or
they're great. They're great. Yeah, I mean, I had to talk to them a little bit myself and who I am at EXP, and also working with you guys too. So they feel very confident.
That's good. I think that that could turn into a couple more. She knows a lot of people out there, so make sure you leverage the relationships. She works in schools. She knows people who are moving to and from. So she's lived out there for quite a bit. So make sure you leverage every transaction. But get off. It's not even about you, man. Get out of here.
All right.
He's trying to hog the spotlight.
All right. One thing I want to say about Donovan is
yeah, go ahead.
No, one thing I want to say about Donovan is like he's just a great student, and like I'm almost like it's so hard to find that I'm almost like I almost expect at this point that people just aren't, because like it took me, I think it took me a while to notice this, but one thing I've noticed with Donovan that I think is hopefully a lesson and takeaway for everyone, wherever you're at on the journey, it's whether you're new or not, but he's someone like I can point to multiple situations at this point where I took the time and showed him how to do something, and he did exactly what I showed him how to do. And as simple as that might sound, I'm so used to showing people what to do and seeing them not do it that I almost like just dismiss it. I'm like, hey, yeah, here's what to do, but we'll see what you do. But he like always comes back to me. He's like, Tyler, I did this. And I'm like listening to what he's telling me he did. I'm like, wait, that's exactly what I showed you how to do. And he does it, and then he tells me the result. I'm like, well, look at that, it worked. Holy crap! And as simple as that might sound, like there's just so many people. It's not that they won't do it, but like they'll do it their own way, or they'll miss a key detail, or they're like, and it can be a number of different things. But like that's the one difference with him is I just see him like executing the game plan to a T. And then now, like it's helped him produce that initial momentum, and now he has that to build upon. So, shout out to you, Donovan, for just following the playbook and not really questioning it or trying to improvise and do it your own way, but like seeing, okay, let me do it the way that I'm taught and shown how to do. And you did that too with the coaching. You know, you paid one of the best coaches out there to help you out. You implemented what he shared with you, and you got an opportunity that the person literally says, hey, this is only for a proven top producer, and you're not. And you ran the same strategy and it worked. Like, so, and that's just, you know, so key takeaway for everyone is, you know, are you following a proven plan, or are you trying to do this your own way? Because, I mean, I don't see why you would try to do it your own way if there's proven plans you could follow that will produce the intended result if you actually execute on it.
Yep. I like it.
You know, and it works for people who are not part of the herd. Like my mentor sent me a mentee who's never been to an open house before. He took over the open house for me on Sunday, and I told him what Tyler told me the very night before, demonstrated it one time for him. This brand new agent, he'd only been licensed in November, signed 2 clients from that open house and submitted 2 offers on that property.
Wow. That's great.
Brand new agent. And all I did is like, this is what my team leader told me yesterday. This is only my second open house in my entire life. So listen to him. He said this. And this. He said, talking this way. Here, watch me talk with this couple and do that. Sure enough, I'm talking with another couple and I'm hearing him do that exact same thing. Now this brand new agent's got 2 signed clients.
That's amazing.
So
yeah, it works.
I don't know. It makes sense. Like, why not follow the people who've actually been successful? Like, why start something new?
Yeah,
I'm too old to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, any questions? Because camera guys, he's giving me the like fingers, like $5 extra an hour. I don't want to pay, bro. Okay?
Tim Whitman already paid it. Actually, he donated the $5.
Nice. There we go. Holla, Tim Whitman. Well, he's lucky. He doesn't have to pay for haircuts. I went to get a haircut and it was $40. I was like, I'll just grow it out, dude. I'll just grow it out. Like, it's tough. My properties ain't selling. But shout out to Tim Whitman. Tim knows I love him. Yeah, we're good for another hour, says the camera. I'm not for $5, dude. Time management. We just talked about it. Okay, we're not going to Home Depot anymore, right, Jason? No more Home Depot. Okay, say it with me. All right. Any other questions,
no
concerns?
More Home Depot.
No more Home Depot. I think that's it, right, Tyler? No one else?
I don't see any other questions. So,
how do you say goodbye in Korean, Donovan? Oh, he doesn't even know.
Let's see. You would say 안녕히 가세요.
What do you say? Say it slower.
Well, you could say something like 수고하셨어요, which is basically like everyone did a great job.
Okay.
Or you could say like 안녕히 가세요, which is you being the host. You are saying goodbye, whereas everyone else who is leaving and your guest would be 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요, 안녕히 계세요.
This is live, so I don't want to butcher anything and ruin all your Korean real estate connections. So I'm going to just say goodbye in English. So I thank you guys for your time. We'll see you guys next week. We do have a special guest next week. He's so special, I don't even know what his name is yet. We'll find him, though. We have a whole list.
So, yeah, we will be back next week because I'll be in Cabo, so I might need to just make sure.
Oh, Cabo. How many times do you go to Cabo, dude? You know, are you guys all rich and I'm just the only one who's sitting here working, sleeping 3 hours a day? Cabo?
I mean, it's an annual thing, but I mean.
You speak Spanish, Tyler? You don't even speak Spanish.
I try to get you there. You don't have to speak Spanish to go to Cabo.
Yeah, apparently you don't. Apparently you just go. You just show up, right? Just get a tan, you show up. Maybe when I'm rich and famous like you, Tyler, and I don't have to work as much. Must be nice not to have kids. You have a dog even? You have a dog, right?
I got 2 dogs now.
Oh, that's what people do with no kids. They get multiple dogs. All right. Well, it's not your. I don't want to grill you anymore. Okay, I don't want to put you on the spot. We'll see. We'll see Tyler in 2 weeks. We'll be back next week. We'll figure the Zoom out, Tyler.